How's everyone doing? I probably look a little rough. I've had a rough few days with my migraines, so. I actually just, within the last 15 minutes, the pain from one stopped. So I started out today wanting to film another deck walkthrough for my channel, and I decided I would do it on my Mystic Dreamers tarot. It came in a little like organza bag pouch. It came in a box too, but the box was huge because the book for it is much bigger than the deck, so I threw the box away like immediately. But the organza bag I actually had up until just a few months ago, and my kitten got a hold of it, thought it would be fun, and destroyed it, so. Mystic Dreamers tarot. You've seen pictures of them probably, if you follow my blog at all, or my Instagram. All those links are down below. So I filmed a walkthrough, and I was like, part of the way through it. And do you ever have those moments, like, the most common times I've had these moments were actually when driving, but from what I've read, that's, like, actually pretty common, for drivers, but, have you ever had those moments where, like, you're doing something, driving, whatever, doing a crossword puzzle, I don't know, you're doing something, and then, like, some time goes by, and all of a sudden you're like, I don't remember anything for the last, like, 10 minutes. Like, I don't remember any of it. I don't remember doing it. I don't know what I did. And you're like, I know, like if you're driving, you're like, okay, I'm still on the right path, like, I know where I'm going, but yeah, I don't remember anything of the last 10 minutes. Like, that used to happen to me a lot whenever, I lived out in, like, the country in Oklahoma. But I worked in Tulsa, which is a city, and it was like a 35 to 45 minute drive between work and home. And especially driving home from work would be when it would happen the most. I would just kind of like space out because I had done the drive so many times. I mean, like, my body just knew what to do to get home, you know what I mean? Because I did the drive every day. So it was like, sometimes I would just kind of space out. And it would kind of scare me when I'd realize that happened because, like, I feel like that means I wouldn't have been prepared if, like, something happened. Like, it was never heavy traffic because like, once I got out of the city, there wasn't heavy traffic. It's, you know. So there probably wasn't much danger, but, like, it always, like, freaked me out when I'd realize it. But I've read, like, multiple things online that say that's actually common, like, for drivers if they're driving, like, a route they know really well, and it's, like, you know, a decent distance, not, like, 2 minutes or 5 minutes or even 10 minutes, but to just sort of space out. Like, I think they even have a word for it. So, alright, I feel like I've rambled about that long enough. Let me tell you how that's irrelevant. That's how it felt when I was doing the walkthrough on this Mystic Dreamers tarot. Like, I felt like I was just kind of in a fog. And even when I realized it and continued, you know, until I finished going through the deck, I still didn't feel like I was all there. About 15 minutes after I finished it, I realized why, and that was because a migraine started. So, and one of the side effects and kind of like a sort of symptom before it starts can be like kind of a brain fog, or like unable to concentrate, unable to focus, that kind of stuff. So that explains it. That also explains why I'm a little rambly right now. But I did take Excedrin and it did help, so. But that video's probably not going up. I'll refilm it. I keep it in a Glossier bag now. Every time you order something from Glossier, this is what you get. It's a little pink bubble wrap bag. I love them. That's what I keep it in for now. I do plan on getting a tarot bag for it though from an Etsy shop. I've linked it before, and I've shown it before. Like, this is the one I have my Gothic tarot in. This is the only bag I've bought from her so far, but I love it so much. I want one for my Epic Tarot and my Mystic Dreamers Tarot too. I just have been having some money issues, so I haven't been able to buy anymore. They're not expensive. They're under $15. They're like $12 to $13 US. Most of them are. And she hand makes them. She has all kinds of fabrics. This one has like a little damask print, but there's a skull in the print, which is awesome for my Gothic tarot. She has a ton of prints. She even has some made with fabric she designed herself, which is really fucking awesome. She makes amazing bags. I'll try to remember to link her below too, her Etsy shop. But anyway, so I thought what I would do instead, because I did want to put a video on my channel, is I will do a tarot spread for myself and share it with you. So I have a Pinterest board for tarot spreads that I find that I like. I don't always use like a set spread. I tend to like smaller, like 1 card, 3 card type pulls for tarot. I'm not like a fan of getting like 10 cards out. I have done it. It's not my favorite thing to do though. I feel like a lot of times that many cards isn't needed. Sometimes it is. I mean, sometimes the positions in the spread like very much make sense. It makes complete sense why there's a card for each of those and all of that. But I don't do a lot of like spreads beyond 3 cards. So what I want to do today is a spread I found. It's just called Money Spread. It has 5 positions in it. The positions are current financial situation. Will there be money coming in soon? I'm looking at it on my computer monitor. Money opportunities to consider. Who or what projects financially beneficial and the outcome. Let's see. Let me see if I can get a little more. Money tarot spread. Oh, there's no more explanation. Okay. So we're gonna do it the way it says, and we'll see what I come up with. Having some financial difficulties right now. If you watch my vlog channel, Vlogging with Migraines, you'll know why. But basically it's related to me being on a disability leave from work due to my migraines being so bad right now. They have been bad for about, like really bad for about 6 months. They've been chronic and bad enough for like 2 years, but the last 6 months have been like so much worse. You know, for May I had 23 days with migraine. And I've already been through a ton of treatments, medications, supplements, herbs, vitamins, Botox treatments. I've been to the Mayo Clinic. I've had MRIs done. Nothing seems to work. So, no cause found either. So we're going to do the spread, alright? I'm going to use my Epic Tarot. I've been shuffling it while I've been sitting here talking to you. I like shuffling tarot decks. Does anyone else, like, if you're a tarot reader, or if you're not a tarot reader, maybe just with regular like playing cards, shuffling a deck, does it like kind of like calm you or relax you or something like that? Because it does for me. Like I just like shuffling the tarot deck. I don't know, there's something about it. Alright, let's do this money spread. I have a table over here next to me. I will like pick up the camera and show you once I've laid the cards down. So 1, the Chariot. 2, 4 of Spheres. Hmm. 3 is the Three of Spheres. 4 is the Ace of Spheres. I mean, I guess this makes sense, right? For those of you that don't know, who aren't tarot readers, spheres in this deck are their version of pentacles, and pentacles are about like more physical, the more physical realm, like job, money, career, education, food, like physical. Whereas cups are about emotions. Wands, depending on who you ask, are either air or fire, which means they're either about like passion, which would be the fire, or, and that's the most traditional version, I believe, is for wands to be fire, which that's what they are in this deck. And fire is like passion. And then air is generally swords, and swords and air are about like intellect, ideas, thoughts, that sort of thing. So the pentacles is the physical, because all the rest of those are like mental, spiritual, soul type things, brain. So the pentacles is your physical. So I find it really interesting that so far 3 out of the 4 cards are spheres, which are pentacles. Let's draw the last card. The last one, we have a chalice. It is the Griffin of chalices. In this deck, griffins are the equivalent of knights. And chalices are emotion. So we got one major arcana, which is the Chariot, and the rest are all minor arcana, one of which being a court card. So let me show you what it looks like. And bear with me, because I'm going to have to flip my screen back and forth so I can see it. So here's my spread. This is 1. So this one is the Chariot, current financial situation. I'm going to zoom you in there so you can see it, hopefully. 2 is the 4 of Spheres, and it's, will there be money coming in soon? 3 is money opportunities to consider. This one is the 3 of Spheres. And then 4 is who, what, projects financially beneficial. I'm assuming that means something like what could help, basically. I don't know. And then 5 here, our Griffin of Chalices, is the outcome, which seems interesting to me. Alright. Let me put you back over here. And I'll pick up each card individually and we'll talk about them and I'll interpret them as we go. Alright, so current financial situation. So the Chariot is what I got here. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Sometimes it takes my brain a minute to correspond this card to the question. So my current financial situation is represented by the Chariot. Chariot tends to, there's a few things it can represent. I mean, if you think about a chariot is a vehicle type thing, you know. So it's moving forward, hopefully. The other thing the Chariot can represent is there's generally 2 like horses pulling the Chariot in most decks. In this case, it's 2 people. And so that can represent like 2 different paths. Maybe conflicting. So there's a lot of interesting things that the Chariot can be referring to. But most of it has to do with movement. I actually find this card really interesting because this person is a male and there's a sun above him, which makes sense because the sun is connected to male energy. And this person is a female and there's a moon above her, which makes sense. The moon is connected to feminine energies. So we have that dynamic in here too. So, opposing sides. Not opposing like they're fighting, but just two opposites. Alright. So, my current financial situation is not good. I can tell you that without looking at this card. So there's two opposing things happening. There's my desire for my financial situation, which would be stability, security. I'm not looking to be rich. I'm not looking to be a millionaire. I just want to be able to comfortably pay my bills, and have some money to put in savings. That's all I want. So that's my desire, and that is conflicting with what is actually happening, which is that I'm not secure and stable financially right now, for multiple reasons. I'm not going to get too far into my finances here, but last year was a rough year because my migraines got so bad. I had to miss a lot of work. I missed, between my car accident last year, which did make me miss 7 days of work, and then my migraines, I missed 36 days of work. Only 18 were paid. The other 18 were unpaid. In addition to doctor's visits, specialist visits, medications, MRIs, all that kind of stuff. We ended up total losing between my unpaid days off work and medical expenses. We lost like $5,000 last year. So we did not have enough in savings to cover that because we've been through too much financial turmoil recently. So we just lost $5,000 basically. And then in December, my migraines had just got to a point where I could not go to work. I mean, I missed 36 days. Granted, 7 of them were from my car accident, so let's take those out. That's 29, right? Well, there's 12 months in a year, so you're talking I averaged missing 2 to 3 days per month. I mean, how many of you work at jobs that if you miss 2 to 3 days per month, you still have a job? Now, migraines are covered by the Americans with Disabilities Act, or Family Medical Leave Act. I can't remember. Anyway, my absences due to migraines were excused, but I still need to be there for my job. Like, I still need to be there to do the job. Missing makes me behind, makes me not be able to do my job effectively and efficiently, means others have to pick up the slack, So I decided to go on a short-term disability leave in December. We were trying a new treatment at the time, and we were hoping this was going to be it. This was going to be the one that would work. So we really thought my disability leave would be temporary. We thought it was only going to be like 6 weeks, but it turns out the treatment didn't work for me. So I've since been to the Mayo Clinic. We've got nothing. My migraines have not improved since December. They're the same. So what that means is I'm still on disability leave. Disability leave is 60% of my income, so already my income was reduced. And then in addition to that, it's not consistent. Like, for the time you're approved, they pay you weekly, but they'll only approve me for like a month at a time. And when I have to reapply, basically, or give more information, oftentimes it takes a week, 2 weeks, even 3 weeks, sometimes longer for them to approve it, which means I go that long without the weekly pay. Now, they do back pay me, but I just went through 5.5 weeks of not being paid. And, if you get paid monthly and you go 5.5 weeks without being paid, that's probably not a huge deal because it's only a week and a half beyond, when you normally get paid every 4 weeks or so, right? But when you're used to getting paid weekly, when the amount you get is weekly pay, and then you don't get paid for 5.5 weeks, that means you can't pay rent. It's been rough. It's been really, really rough. So this makes complete sense. There's two opposing sides. There's what I desire versus what I actually have. And it sucks. That's why I'm doing this spread, is just to see what happens. Alright, will there be money coming in soon? Four of Spheres. So if you notice, all four spheres seem to have roots grown over them, and these four people, they all look to be men, so I'm going to say men. They all have elf ears too. These four males are trying to push the spheres, but because they have become entangled in roots, the roots have grown over them of the trees, these men can't move the spheres, right? So what this card is generally about in this deck is you're not using the things you should be using, whether it's your skills, your expertise, your whatever it is. You're letting it lie stagnant, and eventually it grows roots, and you can't move it anymore, you know? Then you have to work even harder. So will there be money coming in soon? This tells me no. Or it's going to be really difficult. Really. Because we're not saying, it's not saying these men can't move these spheres, but they're having to fight the roots. Does that make sense? So there might be money coming in, but it's going to take work. It's going to take work. If I don't put the work in, then no, there won't be any money coming in soon. Good to know. Alright, opportunities to consider. Well, for this, I got the Three of Spheres. So these three are sort of levitating the sphere with their mind, it looks like. You know, with their powers, their kind of magical powers. You can see these three people here, and they're levitating the sphere above them. Ignore this nail that doesn't have nail polish on it. It literally all came off in one piece. Which is so weird, because I'm not wearing, like, peel-off nail polish. Like, I know that's a thing. I'm not wearing it. But it all came off in one piece. I was like, what the? And I haven't bothered repainting it, so... Anyway. So they're all levitating this sphere. They're working together to do that, right? You can see all three of them are involved in this effort. So this tells me that the opportunity to consider is working with others. So I'm going to need to work with others in order to figure out how to fix, how to better my financial situation. Alright, who or what project's financially beneficial? We're gonna have to try to figure this one out as we go. So this is the Ace of Spheres. And you can see there's a sphere on a pedestal in a forest. So what this card tells us, there's a sphere, it's golden, it's shiny, it's chilling there in the forest, right? Well, if you see it, but you don't do anything with it, then it does you no good, right? You need to use the sphere. Fit it, mold it, you know. Right now it's just a sphere of potential. If you don't do something with it, then it doesn't benefit you. So, I think this is again telling me that I need to take action. So, the Four of Spheres was telling me I need to take action. This one is telling me I need to take action. The third position told me I need to work with other people, so that's kind of the action I need to take, right? So, we're learning. I need to take action involving working with other people. And it's not going to be easy, but it's still possible. The last position is the outcome. And this is the Griffin of Chalices. So this is equivalent to like the Knight of Cups in another deck. it's kind of difficult for me to work with the core cards in this deck. I adore this deck, don't get me wrong. I adore this deck so much. But, like, the traditional meaning of a Knight of Cups would be, you know, cups are emotions. So he's a very romantic knight. He's a very, he's loving, he's nurturing, he's compassionate, he's all of these sorts of things. And then knights are generally the ones that are taking action. So he's taking action on those feelings. You know, whatever the card is in regard to, whatever the question is being asked, he's taking action on those feelings. So one of the big key words for him would be romantic, though, because if it is related to love, which is big in the cups, then, you know, that would be what it is. But when I look at a griffin, I can't be like, yeah, he's romantic. You know what I mean? Like, he's in touch with his emotions. Like, I'm like, he's a griffin. He kind of looks angry, like, which is an emotion, so... My ear is itching. You ever have that where, like, your ear just starts itching all of a sudden and you're like, what the hell? And then, like, you try to do that thing where, like, do you ever do that thing where you try to, like, move your tongue on the roof of your mouth and it, like, scratches the inside of your ear somehow? Like, I don't know how that works physically. This is weird. It's weird. Alright, anyway, back to the griffin. Alright, so outcome. There's gonna be some serious emotion involved, which makes sense. There already is. Like, it is so hard to stay positive when day after day after day more crap just keeps coming up, you know? Just the other day, for my business here, Mystic Moon Readings, I had done some Facebook ads a while back. Well, apparently, I thought I had a time limit on all of them. Like, 2 weeks, 1 week, 3 days, one of them was. But apparently one of them I set up did not have a time limit, and I didn't know this. And so I got a charge from Facebook on June 1st, you know, beginning of the month, for like $84 for ads. And I was like, what? Like, I didn't even know I was still doing ads. So I went into my little ad manager on Facebook and I did see there was one still active and ongoing. So I canceled it. But it's a little too late for that $84 charge. And I don't have $84. Like, I don't have it. So, it's frustrating. And I mean, I can sit here and beat myself up about it and go, well, when I first set the ads up, I should have paid more attention. I thought I paid attention to all of them. I saw all of them had time limits. You know, obviously I missed something. Why did I miss that? But it does no good to beat yourself up, right? All it does is drag you down further. It's not taking action to fix it. It's just dwelling on it and making you feel worse. Because now you feel like guilt or shame or, you know what I mean? There's literally no point to just blaming yourself or thinking about what you could have done differently in the past. There is no, like, there's no good can come of thinking what you should have done in the past. Because the past is over. Whether the past was 5 minutes ago or 15 years ago, it's over. You cannot go back and change it. All you can do is learn from it. You know, the next time I set up Facebook ads, I'm going to be looking at them in a lot more detail and like just stare at that screen for a little while before I submit, you know? That's literally all you can do is learn from it and move forward. Moving backward doesn't help. So, there's already a lot of emotions going on though. It's like, one day I'll see a light, like, my short-term disability for the next extension finally got approved all the way through June 18th, which is awesome. That means I will have somewhat normal income between now and then. But So I was really happy. And then this happens with the Facebook ads where I get an $84 charge in my checking account that I don't have the money to cover. So what does that mean? It means my checking account's overdrawn and a $34 overdraft fee. So that $84 in ads that I didn't even know I was doing just cost me like $120 or $115. I didn't add it up. And for some reason, my brain can't do math right now. Usually I'm really good at math, but it's probably effects of the migraine, so. The point is, you see how I'm very rambly? That's from the migraine too. The point is, there's going to be a lot of emotions around it, but I need to use those emotions to take action. Or take action in spite of those emotions. It's really easy to get weighed down by like the depression of, you know, nothing good ever happens, or something good happens, something bad just happens the next day. You know, the whole 1 step forward, 2 steps back, or 2 steps forward, 1 step back, depending on how you want to look at it. Anyway, you know, it's really easy to get wrapped up in that, in the depression. Things will never get better, you know, the world's out to get me, you know, that sort of shit, right? That is not beneficial. There is nothing beneficial about any of that. All it does, again, is drag you down further, right? So, I think this card is letting me know it's going to be emotional, it's going to be difficult, which the Four of Spheres told me as well. This is giving me a heads up, though, to stay on top of my emotions and not fall into that kind of pit. Take action is the big thing about this card, because knights, griffins, are the ones taking action. So, whether that is to control my emotions, to stay positive, to, you know, a specific action I need to take, whatever it is, that's what I need to keep in mind. Don't let the emotions overwhelm me. Don't get down in that pit, and take action to keep that from happening. So, overall, my current financial situation very much differs from what I desire. Very much. There could be money coming in to help, but I'm going to have to work at it. I need to look into specifically working with other people. And I do have some ideas about that, so I'll work on that. And take action on my emotions. Don't let them get the best of me. Don't fall down in that pit of despair kind of thing happening, you know? Woe is me. Because it's not helpful. It's not productive. It's not beneficial. It doesn't do anything good for you. Literally nothing good for you. So, alright, that's my reading on myself for this money spread. I'll put some links down below of like my Pinterest board with the spreads, specifically where this one came from. What else did I say I would link? My vlog channel in case you want to check it out. I think that's all. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you being here and dealing with my migraine rambles. I will see you in my next video. I'm going to be doing my Oracle newsletter here in like 2 minutes. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and love and light to you all. Bye.